All right, welcome to what am I going to say? This is the XHover Stingy clone. So I just want to show you how well they clone this thing. It's called the Puda, P-U-D-A, D240 on Banggood. And while I was building it, I noticed that this didn't match up with the front, because the front's a little higher. You could see a little bit that it's bent. So we're going to fix that. Maybe I could show you some more of this frame. But it looks like a really nice clone. The arms are very stiff. The front, I think it might be even better because they doubled up the front here. See how there's two plates instead of just one? Here, might be able to get it off. Let me get you a different angle here. This one coming out, it's just turning. So these are not titanium screws like in the Stingy. These are just regular screws. But, you know, cloning sucks for the creator of these frames. But it does give them a chance to come out with a new frame that everybody wants. See that? You got a second plate here. So it's actually stronger. It could be stronger than the Stingy. And I do like the fact that these are not titanium screws, because if you lose one, at least you won't have to cry about it, you know? Now I'm going to fix the problem, because there needs to be a spacer right here underneath. So I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to take off the top for you. And I don't know if you could see this. You got the screw over here, and then there's a sunken part that grips the frame that catches. It's like a nut that grips the frame, and you could screw in the screw pretty tight. It does a good job. So it's kind of like sunk into the hole. If you want to see the carbon fiber here. Bring it up a little bit. So I believe it's carbon fiber all the way through. So let's take off that top. And there's something that says on the screws. Let me show you what that is. Not really sure what that is. I think it just says M3 screw. I don't know. So we're taking off the top so we can put these spacers on. It looks like this one went in too far. It's giving me a hard time. I'll just put the spacer on the bottom then. It's fine. You know what? I will put the spacers on the bottom. Maybe. Well, let's see how the other one. Let's go. So this one came out. Well, got this one off. Yeah, I think we gotta put those spacers in. This one came off easy. Just put this light in here. That's giving me a hard time. Let me put this one in as tight as I could. So I can unscrew it here. Oh, yeah, it's not going. I think it's stuck. Let me see if I can get something for that. We need a solution. Pliers. Yep, that works. So we got to figure out where to put spacers. It comes with these spacers. I did not know what they were for until I pretty much finished it. So the metal, those are the nuts that go halfway into the carbon fiber, that grip. And then here's the spacers, or just plastic spacers. So I don't know if I want to put the spacers on top or on the bottom. And I think I want to put them on the bottom, because if I ever take off the top, at least they won't fall off. Let's see how many I get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, do I have enough? Of course I don't. This is bang good. That screw was short. I think I'm going to use the longer screws on wherever the spacers go. Alright, so I think I'm going to put all the 4 spacers on the back here, just like that. I don't have ones for the front here. So I'm going to have to figure something out. Put in these longer screws. If you're joining me, this is the XHover copy on Banggood. It's called the Puda D240, and it seems to be a pretty solid build. And I know you guys on Rotor Riot don't like these copies, but you know, they sell them and I bought it. Yeah, but business is business. And that's my son's friends.
Do you wanna go to my house?
Okay, so I got those washers over here. I think they're about 1 millimeter. I don't have a measure. And I wish I had one for the front, but it looks like they didn't include it. Hold on. Maybe they're in a different bag somewhere, please. No, they're not. So if you're watching this and if you have questions, you could go ahead and ask, and I should be able to see it on my screen here. live. What's I mean, they copied even the battery foam here. Pretty nice. I put extra padding for the GoPro to sit. I mean, this is solid. So I don't have washers for these two, so they're just gonna have to be as is. I think I'm gonna put shorter screws on top so that they don't get stuck. See how you know what? I think they go in the front, and then the back ones, they just kind of go in normally. So I guess I gotta move them. Well, it didn't have instructions with this frame, so you just kind of have to figure it out as you go along. Yeah, I'm going to put the longer screws in the front. So I got to take these off. So this side doesn't go in all the way. Let's see this side. This side does. So these are kind of weird. I'm sure the real Stingy does not have this issue. One side is shorter screw hole than the other. Yeah, this one's fine. Let's undo these. So I'm just taking off the spacers here and putting these things back in. So if one side doesn't go in all the way, just use the other side and then do shorter screws on top. But But I think with the front, it shouldn't matter which side you put in. It'll probably be better just to put in the shorter side, and then on the top put in the long screw hole side, so you can have long screw holes in the front, which is kind of important when you crash. See, the reason I don't buy these expensive frames is because I still am afraid of losing the quad. And I'd rather lose a $30 frame than a $100 frame. And I know you might cry about that, but this one's good. So we're putting on these spacers because this is a little too tall. Unless I'm doing something wrong here. We'll see if it works. There we go. Let's see if that fits better. Alright, that fits a little bit better, and the back could be without. That could be without the spacers. So this screw fits good. Screw fits good. I think I got lucky here. Yep. I'm gonna put two more long ones in the front, because that's where most of the impact's gonna be. And the back ones could be a little shorter. Ideally, this thing needs 4 more spacers in the back. And then we could do longer screws. Well, I guess you don't have to, but it'd be nice to have those spacers in the back. So there you are. So I think there's going to be a video where I'm going to be putting in the flight controller and the ESCs. We're going to be using these guys right here. The DYS F4 Pro V2 and the 4-in-1 BLHES D-Shot, because you could only put 2 boards in here. There's only room for 2, 1 and 2. And then we're going to have a Crossfire Micro and a TBS Unify in the back here somewhere. Maybe the TBS Unify in the front. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I like how there's a camera strap section here. That's pretty cool. There's no room for a strap anywhere here. You got the same bottom piece. These things. I'm telling you, it all feels pretty good. Alright, so we'll finish this thing later. And right now we're going to open up the motors that go in. Thanks for watching.